Chapter 19 begins with Shinki giving his sword to Araya. He says that he infused his chakra into it so that he too can manipulate the sand iron filings like Shinki. In the next page, Shinki explains that he wants to improve the power of the team to better protect Gaara, the Kazekage. Araya reproaches him for only caring about Gaara and not at least a little bit about Yodo.
And then finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. The fight begins between the shinobi and the shinjus. The fight starts with Araya literally cleaning up Suna. He eradicates all the iron and sand filings that Ryu throws at the shinobi. Thanks to Shinki, the shinobi have a chance to defeat Ryu. Remember, I mentioned in a sneak peek of Chapter 17 of Boruto, 2 blue Vortex, that Araya has a good tactical sense of combat. It turns out I was right, as we see him instructing Sarada and Mitsuki to attack Ryu while he and Yodo defend them. This is a great strategy, since Yodo has defensive faculties. She can sense Ryu's attacks before they happen. Araya stays with her so that as soon as Yodo detects an attack, he prepares to eradicate the iron sand filings. Sarada and Mitsuki then take charge of attacking Ryu. Ryu attacks, but without any effect. Araya's plan works perfectly. Sarada then starts attacking using the Supreme Fireball Jutsu. This panel is absolutely magnificent. Kishimoto and Ikemoto really honor Sarada, Uchiha. I've also noticed that every time Sarada appears in a chapter, the chapter is excellent. Yes, Sarada is definitely my favorite female character in any manga anime. Ryu counters Sarada's fireball with a shield of sand iron filings, but it turns out that this attack was just a distraction for Mitsuki to attack him from behind with his snakes. Thus, we see Mitsuki's Sage Mode in action for the second time.
Ryu hasn't said his last word and evaporates using the sand iron filings technique, becoming one with them. He is therefore invisible to the naked eye. But Yodo senses his presence and deduces where exactly Ryu is. Let us note here Yodo's exceptional sensory abilities. Araya then does something surprising. He gathers the iron filings to force Ryu to rematerialize so they can attack him. Mitsuki inflicts huge damage on Ryu. He is definitely the one who has done the most damage to him. Despite this, Ryu is really strong and resists. He attempts to dematerialize into sand iron filings, but Sarada tries to prevent him using the Chidori. By the way, this foreshadows Ikemoto's intent. Boruto had attempted the same move in Chapter 12 against Hidari. More proof that Boruto will end up with Sarada and not Samir. However, Sarada's Chidori doesn't work as Ryu manages to materialize in time. So Ryu disappears again. But the shinobi will not give up and will hunt him until they succeed in killing him.
Then, we switch to Konohamaru and Matsuri. Matsuri complains about why Konohamaru doesn't want her to call him Konohamaru-chan. Konohamaru doesn't understand her reaction. Ido explains that Matsuri is not upset because Moegi can call him that, but because she is jealous of the relationship that allows Moegi to do so.
Next, we see Boruto and Kashin Koji. Kashin Koji asks Ida what's happening in Suna. Ida explains that the fight between Ryu and Sarada's team is too close to call, and that Konohamaru is about to be devoured. Hearing this, Boruto gets excited and wants to go to Suna to save his friends, but Kashin Koji tells him not to. I won't go further here, because I have a theory about the next chapter.
Then Jura delivers a monologue about love. I won't dwell on it because 1, I'm not into that, and 2, I didn't understand much of what Jura was saying. However, it's important to note that this chapter confirms Naruto was about the dangers of hate, while Boruto focuses on the dangers of love. Kishimoto and Ikemoto are definitely cooking up something big.
Returning to the battle in Suna, Yodo locates Ryu and reveals that he is in the air. Araya then uses his sword, which absorbs sand iron filings, to force Ryu to dematerialize. Ryu retaliates by sending tree soldiers via code marks. Sarada and Mitsuki quickly react, Sarada using the Phoenix Flower Jutsu and Mitsuki using his snakes. Despite this, the tree soldiers are too numerous and the shinobi are caught off guard. Yodo becomes surrounded and overwhelmed. Araya rushes to her rescue, but makes the mistake of trying to strike a soldier with his sword. However, his sword doesn't pierce the tree soldier's body at all. This moment highlights the difference in level between Sarada, Mitsuki, Yodo, and Araya. Look at how Boruto, facing a similar number of tree soldiers, one-shots them effortlessly, whereas these four struggle to land a single hit.
Then the drama happens. Araya's saber is blocked. Ryu takes advantage of this and makes the saber disappear into a code mark. With the saber gone, the shinobi no longer have a means to counter Ryu's destructive sand iron filings. Meanwhile, on Kanomaru's side, Matsuri is about to devour him. This moment we can say it, the shinobi are in big trouble.